Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing better than me. I have to go in on Thursday, so I don't know if I'll be doing something on Thursday. So I'm going to try to do one every day. So if you miss one, you'll have one. So this is the one we're doing, and Angie Stokes is the one that suggested this, Angie Stokes Stitch. So I went ahead and poured my colors. So you're going to need red, yellow, blue, black, and white. And if you want to, every single time, I will only use these colors to just keep it really simple. So you can have yours all poured before we even start. I didn't look at myself before I started this. You guys, I forgot to even get ready this morning. I took the dogs out to go poop and forgot that I had to get ready. So I read a book, The Little Cow Pie, so you guys should check it out. It's really funny. It's got a slow start, but it is funny. Does everyone got their paints poured? Red, yellow, blue. I got mine poured. All ready. There you go. I'm trying everything, to try to make it so you can see this. So if something works better than the other, let me know. So red, yellow, and blue. Maybe this won't work because it kind of has a little lid on it. We'll see. Get your canvas. And the brushes that we're going to use today are just the same exact ones we'll use every day. We'll just kind of use a flat brush, just different varieties depending on what you have. Small, flat brushes. Round brush, small and little. Oh, so my hand doesn't work on my right hand very well. So I'm just going to fluster and have a hard time till I can get myself fixed. But I will deal with this. All right, let's go ahead. I'm sure you're poured. Get a brush that's about like this size. And let's get some blue and some white. And let's mix it up and let's get a color that is, let's kind of get a light blue to start with. And we're going to do something kind of fun today, okay? So just a light blue. I don't know what color blue you're using, but a light blue. And let's put a little yellow in it. Grab a little bit of yellow, mix it to that. Get it all mixed up. And then add a lot of white and a lot of yellow. And what I want it to be now, instead of blue, I decided I want it to kind of be like a blue that you see, but it's kind of got a little green in it. Just go with me on this. I don't know what we're doing, but it's going to turn out good. Okay, so this is what mine looks like. Okay, we're going to start over here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want it to look good on your wall, okay? So go back and forth, and let's just try to get it through here for a second with this color. So at 3 o'clock, it's a different kind of light. So I had to switch my setup since I'm such a professional here in my kitchen. So yesterday was my birthday, and one of my sons and daughter-in-law come over and surprised me. And we did social distancing, of course, but none of us have it. We've all been good, but we still social distance. We just don't spread it. And it was so nice, and I got flowers. I got an REI card. I got all sorts of fun stuff. I got peed on too. My little granddaughter peed on me. The minute I was like, "Are you peeing?" she stopped. So there we are, about right there. And now we're going to kind of like make it a little bit fun in through here. So while this paint is wet, let's go ahead and get our butterfly, our, what are those called? Dragonfly wings going, just so we know where he's at. So let's get into a little bit of our white. Get a little bit of white outside, pull it aside, and just a tiny bit of red, and mix it together. So it's kind of like a pink. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and make some little wings right here. And the way that we're going to do it, get you close to me. Is this too close? Just go ahead and take your brush and come up with some little wings like this. Can you see that? And then there. Just keep painting on them till you come up with the size that you want. But don't just plop it on there. Kind of paint it so it moves that green from behind out of the way. Okay? Because we can fix it up later. I just want you to kind of know where we're going to have it. We want to know where the eyeballs should be, huh? Then, since we've got that going, let's go ahead and dip into our blue. Just get the paint on both sides of that brush. Whoop, 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 both sides. And in between those wings, let's go ahead and decide which way you want them to fly. So if you want them to fly straight up and down, you would make it more up and down. If you want them to go sideways, I'm going to have mine kind of go a little bit sideways. So see, just kind of in between those wings. Whoop. And go a little bit longer at the bottom because that's how dragonflies are. Gotcha? Got that? And then underneath of those little wings, just tap your little brush down below on both sides of those. Whoop. Whoop. Just like that. And we need to kind of fix it, huh? So take this brush, put it in your water, and rinse it out. Rinse it out really good, too. Okay, let's go with a little smaller brush, just so we can get some more detail. So you can use a little round brush, little flat brush, any brush that you've got. But what I want you to do is just kind of like not go on the blue, just go around the blue and just see how I'm on top of the blue? Just make it push it around. Can you see that? Just like that. Okay. Okay. And then let's get in our black with that same little thing. Just tap it. And on the top of those wings, let's just barely put a dot there, dot there, dot there, dot there, dot there, dot there. Then wipe off your brush. If you have a paper towel, wipe it off. And then on that little dot, we want you to just kind of like slide it. And then that top one, slide it. Okay. And then just clean your brush off on the body. You see that? Woo! I'm having troubles this morning, this afternoon. This hand is completely numb, you guys. I can't feel it. That is our dragonfly, and you can fix it up and do what you can slide your brush over it and kind of blend it. You can go in the center and blend it out on the outsides. Just play with your paint, okay? On those little teeny tiny things like this is when you can learn the most. Okay, hope you guys can see that pretty good. So that's just a really simple butterfly. And I know that I have people that can paint really good. And all you would need to do is add more color in there. Go back to your pink if you wanted. So you could go back into the inside and just add a little color. I decided to just kind of go a little bit more in detail on these because I know that dragonflies, not butterflies, dragonflies are a lot of my fellow artists' favorite paint because they're just so happy. So see how you can just fill it in by adding a little bit of color. Okay. And that's a really pretty rendition of a little dragonfly. Okay. Now, let's make a fly zone too, so we know his little fly pattern. So just dip your little brush into white, and let's decide where he's flying. There's his little tail end. Let's make some dots to show whoop, 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 where he's flying. Maybe he's just going all over the place. You can make yours do all sorts of acrobats. See how it's showing his little flight pattern? And this is going to get, when it dries, it won't be quite as brilliant. After it dries, if you want to go ahead and brighten that up again, go ahead and do that, okay? How you doing? Now see these little wings? Wings sometimes look like they're shining because of the light outside. You can even give them a little bit of a white little line on it like that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And even on the center you could. Whoop. Okay? Isn't that a cute little dragonfly? I think so. I'm waiting for you to finish. Clean your brushes if you're done. Now we're going to start on our froggy and more of our background. But because I know you littles might not know how to make a frog, I'm kind of doing it a little bit different than, let's say, I would paint. Just because I want to give you a chance to correct your frog. So if you're painting on your frog and you don't like it, well, you can fix it with your background, with your little sky. So we can go back and forth, make it big and little. There's a lot of things that you can do. Okay? Got your brushes cleaned off? I bet you do. Now I'm struggling because the way I'm set up is I'm going over the counter. Pretty soon I'm going to be crawling on it to catch up with you. Okay, so maybe I'll take it off of this thing and try it down here. You guys would just laugh if you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so now I want you to mix up a really pretty green, okay? So it's going to be green and white. So I want you to go ahead and get some green on your... We don't have green, do we? We know what green is though, don't we? We're going to take blue and we're going to take yellow. So I want you to get some yellow. I want you to get some blue. And I want you to mix those two together. And I want you to come up with a green. Any color green, a dark green, a light green, any color of green. Any color green. So that's blue, yellow, blue and yellow. Mix it up. And let's all find out what color green you got, because you can't see my green. I'm trying something different. It's called I'm winging it. Okay. So our little froggy, we're going to go ahead and start him by having a round, I don't know how big of a canvas you've got. So how about we start with his belly first, just so I can make sure we can get this on there, okay? So Here's our body. Let's start with our body first. So we're going to have some legs. So kind of come up off of the bottom of your canvas about that far and start his little bottom. There's his bottom. It's a smiley face bottom. So we got a bottom, and from that bottom, let's make a circle. Whoop, just like that. And fill in that circle. Whoop. How'd you do? I bet you did really, really good. Okay, so we got his bottom. Now let's do his head. And his eyeballs are going to be hanging out a little bit. Okay, his eyeballs come up. So remember that. So I'm going to think about his head about like this. Whoa, kind of looks like a weird little thing, huh? Now you can make your froggy bigger if you want to. I just have to make mine different than theirs because this is somebody else's picture. So we're going to make ours just a tiny bit different. So here's his head. I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. Whoop. His head's way bigger than his body, isn't it? That's because we've got to add some legs in there, don't we? So go ahead and get that filled in. That's crazy looking from what I'm seeing. Can you hear my music? I'm dancing. I don't know if that's a good thing. Okay. I bet you got yours at least somewhat figured out. We can fix all this stuff later. So now we're going to do some knees. He's got some knees and some little legs. So let's make a half of a heart. There's a heart like that. And then the other heart is on this side. Whoop. Boom. I love hearts. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we're not going to fill those ones in. We're just going to leave it like that, okay? You get caught up? All right. Now, I want you to, let me think. Figure out how big you want your body to be. So just kind of look at your head, and we know where his knees are. And just keep figuring it out by adding some paint on. And this is, you don't have to worry, this is all going to turn out like a frog, I promise you. I have to look from the side, but I'm thinking mine's still going to look like a frog. So our froggy kind of has, his face kind of comes out ovally, and our head's round. So what I want you to do is take this outside here and go whoop, give him a little cheek. Whoop, whoop. He's got a cheek. And on this side, whoop, whoop, whoop. So our frog is different than their frog because I wanted my frog to be more froggy. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to get into yellow. So take your brush, and I want you to take some yellow and mix it to that green you just had. Okay, so what it's going to cause you to do is have a lighter green. Okay. I'm going to try something different so you can see this. When I put my arm down low, my hands go to sleep. So I was trying to keep them up high, but that's not fair to you. So I'm just going to let my hands go to sleep for you guys, okay? Who needs hands anyway? Right? I'll just keep wiggling them for you. You'll know what I'm doing. I'm waking up my hand. Okay. So I'm going to be down again so you can see this. So what I did is I took some yellow and I mixed it in with my green that I had already had, okay? How you doing? Okay, so now we got a brighter one. Now we're gonna make his little eyeballs here. So right about a little bit up through here, just raise that up just a tiny bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. See his little eyes? Whoop, whoop. He's kind of funny, huh? And then smooth out your paint. Okay. That's where his eyes are going to come up a little bit higher, huh? You see that? Can you see it? I hope so. Then I want you to go ahead and his knees and make sure you get your frog's knees in there a little bigger. You seeing it? I see your frog. I know you see the frog now. And then I want you to go ahead and take that same green and go around his belly. He's got a big old belly, huh? Go underneath of his chin. See, there's his chin. Boop. There's his belly. There's his chin. So we don't want to go. I'm going to make my paint a little bit lighter by adding white so you can see it. So add a little more yellow and a little more white. Can you do that to that green we just had? Let's make it more yellow, more whitish. And that way you can see my painting better too. And add a lot of yellow. Yellow just makes it so much happier, huh? Okay, get that mixed good. Okay, so here's his belly. So let's go under his chin. See, there's under his little chin, like that. And go around and around and fill in his little belly. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then what we'll do is go around those eyeballs we made like this. Whoop! He's got bags. And then I want you to go ahead and around those eyes that we just did, I want you to go ahead and put in some of that bright color. Just around it like that. Okay? You see our frog, he's starting to come to us, isn't he? Kind of funny how that's working. Looks funny on my side when I look in the video, but it looks good on the other end. Okay. He's going to have some feet, you guys. So right about here, just go ahead and make some little blobs. Bloop, 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 like that. Little blobs. And then on those little blobs, go dot, 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 dot. Just like that. 3 little dots on each one. Okay. Clean out your brushes because we need that to dry for a minute. We need it to be tacky so it's fun. So that is us drawing. We didn't have to draw our frogs, did we? We just kind of painted it in, didn't we? Makes me grumpy. My hand goes to sleep and then it turns on fire. Dry your paintbrush off and let's get this filled in here now. Let's make this blue, a pretty sky blue, okay? So we'll do that by getting into our blue. Get some white and mix it together so you come up with the kind of blue you like. And we're going to start at the bottom, okay? And just go ahead, and it's okay if you get into some of that green that we just used and they blend out. That's all right. Just make sure you cover up the canvas. Okay? Keep adding your color. Go around your little legs. So you see how we kind of have it a little bit darker blues to start out with. And then we're going to start making it lighter when we get up to the sky, okay? Now, if you don't like your frog, I'm adding a little more blue and white to my paint because it's running low. You can change it up. So if you think your head's not right, you can go in here and cut it in and make it different. See? Whoop! Whoop! You can change your frog's head right now. You don't like it. If you love it, you just keep it. Whoop. See how we're just kind of tucking in there and cleaning it up a bit? So if your head's too big or you don't like your eyeballs, just change that by cutting your brush in closer to your frog. Can you hear my music? I put it on for Louie. Louie's over there, the cats and the dogs, and they're all sitting there and they like music. Okay, now right through here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to get into our white and put it into that blue we just had. And let's make it lighter, okay? Pretty light. So that we think that there might be some clouds. You know, making the sky a little bit more brighter. So see how much lighter that is? So then I'm going to go up through here and kind of, look, see how I'm doing that? I'm blending that blue right there. And then I'm going to come up into that greeny color and not get into it too much yet. Or maybe not even at all. You can continue cutting into your frog's eyeballs. You having fun? I hope so. You guys getting tired of not being able to go out and see your friends? Trust me, I don't even know how you do it. I'm feeling for you. I am feeling for you. I was such a little tomboy. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't go pick on the neighbor kids. Okay. So you see how you can see that definite line? So now I want you to go ahead and take your brush and lightly pull up, lightly brush, like just barely lightly, and pull it up in there and kind of blend it. It's going to give it a little bit of a neat little look. And can I tell you a little secret? Now it looks like he's in the water. And this might be the grassy bank. Totally the opposite of what you're thinking, huh? This person has it being in the sky. And I have our froggy in the water. And possibly that's the grassy bank. See how fun you can change things up? Okay. And you can even make watermarks. Let me stop. Oh. That's Carmen's dad. We're not going to pick it up. So if we're going to pretend that this is water, you can even make water rings like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, like somebody threw a rock in there. Whoop. So see how different you can make your painting? You don't have to follow anybody. See how different that is? That's crazy, huh? But we need some serious fixing up here now. We got to get our frog looking good. I'm a mess. I can't get my head awake. Let's get this froggy done before I get grumpy yumpy. So here's theirs. This is ours. Let's get those eyeballs white. Get your brush. Get it dipped into some white paint. Get paint on both sides. And see where we've got them kind of drawn in? I want you to be really careful when you do this and make some round eyeballs inside of there. Now you might have to dry your brush off a couple times on your paper towel and let it sit for a minute. Because if you got thick paint like I do, we gotta wait for that to dry, don't we? So I've got them kind of figured out. And I'm going to let it sit for a bit and dry until I can go back over that again. But we got plenty of things to work on, don't we? So whatever brush you're deciding you like, let's go ahead and brighten up his face. Let's make it any colors you want. Like sometimes people want to go ahead and have a bright and happy frog that's green. Maybe you want one that's more of a yellowy frog. Maybe you want a poison frog, one of those dark green ones. I don't know. I don't judge. Whatever color you want, guys. I want you just to pick your color. But I don't want you to slop it on this time. I want you to be artistic, okay? So I want you to think about being really careful. So this is the green I come up with. I decided I don't want a poisonous one. I just want a happy one. So just get that on there. Get some on this side. Go around his neck. You can even change up his, you could have it be that color there and then change it up to another color on the other side. I just want you to take your time and have fun. Now, you might be slower than me, and that's okay, because I don't want you to copy me. I want you to come up with your own. Okay. So I'm going to go around my eyes right here, really careful. And after I'm gone, you guys can just paint on this for hours. I bet your mom and dad would love to see how good your frog would be after an hour of working on it. So see how we're just going around our eyeballs now, just so carefully. And I want you to just take your time, okay? So there is my little face right there. Now look at those legs. We all know those legs aren't right, but now we get to work on them. Just go around those little legs and see where his belly is. Don't go into his belly. Just do his legs like those little hearts we did earlier. Just do those. And that way you can still see where his body is compared to where his legs are. See? Just kind of naturally does that for us, huh? We don't have to work too hard at that. I hope you can see it. I hope the light's not bad on that for you. And as far as his legs go, you can go into much detail as you want on those or as little as detail as you want. But I want you to more focus on his body than his feet. So I'm going to make my frogs, let's see, the tops of his knees. Maybe I'm going to show him a little more by putting a darker green. So this time I'm going to do my yellow and my blue, and I'm not going to add any white. I'm just going to do yellow and blue. That way it's dark. And then I'm going to outline his little legs like, whoop, his little frog legs. Have you ever ate frog legs? I haven't. I went to Paris, France, and they had frog legs on the menu. Well, I said no, but I had snails. I did the snails, guys. I did. It was either the frog legs or the snails. I wanted to try something different. And after looking at this picture of this cute little frog, I'm so glad I chose the snails. They call them escargot. So see how I'm just kind of making their little feet? And then those little dots on there. Maybe you can't even see your feet. The frog legs look like this, their little feet, and they'll have those little section on there. And that's the only thing we're going to really focus on. How you doing? I bet good. Now let's clean off our brush and try to get those eyeballs wider. Unless your paint's still wet. If your paint is still too wet, go ahead and keep letting it just sit. So I got a little more white on mine. I'm going to go ahead and see how much brighter they are. I want you to keep doing that until you can get those bright. Even if you have to wait all night long. Tell mom and dad, I can't go to bed till I get my eyeballs done. Delana said so. Okay. And then they have these little white lines right here just to show his little kneecaps on their frog. Go ahead and do that. Just like that. And maybe a little white line right here to show that he's chunky. They also had a little white around his face right here. Whoop! Whoop! Let's give him some pink cheeks, okay? We know how to make pink, huh? Pink is red and white. Mix it up. Make it any. He could be blushing. Maybe he's just shy, or maybe he just has a little bit of a blush. Whatever color of blushy pink. Maybe you don't even want him. So I'm going to go ahead and say right about here, I'm going to have a smile. So there's his one little pink cheek. I'm going to wipe off my brush, get into my pink again, and make another little round cheek. Forgot what I was talking about. Clean off your brush. Clean off all your brushes. Get your small little detail brush. If you don't have one of those, something with a round point on it. Okay? Get into your black. Okay? And let's make his little smiley face. So I'm going to start mine right here. And I want it to end here. So maybe I'll just keep adding a little bit of black paint until I can find my smiley face. Keep adding black on my brush. Sometimes people just want to go swoop. And you can do that. But I'm just keeping options open for everyone. And maybe you even want to give them those little corner smiles. Whoop! Whoop! Now they did their nose a little different, but I'm going to do mine a little cute way. I'm going to go ahead and go whoop, whoop, like that. But you don't have to do it that way. You can make them like those. Now his eyeballs. I hope you have yours pretty white. If you don't do this until you do. But he's looking at that little dragonfly. He's like, dinner. Just make some little tiny lines in there that look like that. Isn't that cute? I think so. I think it's way cute. Okay, guys, you can change yours up. You can make your dragonfly a little bit darker by adding a little bit of a black line like that. You can make it darker around his chin if you wanna. You can give him eyelashes like they did. I don't know if I like them, but I'll do one just to see. Yeah, I think I liked it better without them. But you know, I had to try them. Okay, and then as far as those little round things on its feet, You can go ahead and go bloop, bloop, bloop to make those sections. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And just make some little lines like this so you know that they're frog feet. You can also go around his body. Ah, it's not awake yet. Okay, we'll try this. I'm going to start shaking. Ah, okay. Go around his, and I apologize, you guys. I'm going to get this fixed. It's totally asleep now. Ah. Okay. Now you can go all the way around his head if you want to, but I think he's just adorable like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2020 on there. I hope you guys have fun. And tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but you post on my wall what pictures you think you like. And we are going to have drawings all the time for people to get these. So subscribe to my channel and we'll have drawings and people can go ahead and grab and get one of these, and maybe you can give one to your mom and dad or your brother. You guys all have a good day, and thank you for bearing with me, and hopefully I'll be all fixed up and I won't be such a basket case next time. You guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you for coming, and clean up your brushes and clean up your space, and I'll see you tomorrow at 3, okay? Bye, guys.